is up, Raiders? Welcome to the Shredder's Revenge Challenge. In today's video, we're gonna take up on a challenge versus other CCs, guys. And we are going to challenge the event dungeon with a lot of restrictions. Now, I'm going to try and bring in Trunda to see if we can absolutely demolish this dungeon with her. I know I've mentioned yesterday that I will be trying to do some different teams for the lower stages, but seeing that literally nobody had an interest whatsoever in the event dungeon, I'm going to try and win the competition rather than do easier teams, because people don't really seem to be interested in the event dungeon. I'm not blaming anyone, to be honest, but let me just quickly walk you through what we need to do in this challenge. Unfortunately, this time around, unless I've missed it, we have nothing related to a giveaway. So I don't think we're going to have a giveaway for any of the viewers. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to win the avatar. The whole idea, at least for us as the CCs, is that we are going to compete for a Donnie avatar, if I am not mistaken. But I'm going to walk you through the rules right now. Basically, the main goal is to build a team for the new event dungeon and defeat Ruthless Master Shredder. Climb through stage 15 to stage 30, or as high as you can and as fast as possible, given the extra restrictions. The winners will be determined by the total time spent clearing the stages, naming the fastest CCs as the winners. The battle results window timestamps will be a stage clearance time. In case of a tie, the priority will be given to the CC with a shorter average clear time through all stages. So we gotta start from stage 15. Then the challenge requirements. You should have at least one turtle on the team, either Michelangelo, Donatello, Leonardo, or Raphael. I only have Donatello and Michelangelo. Of course, I'm going to use Donatello. Champions that we cannot use. We cannot use Harima, we cannot use Geomancer, we cannot use Marichka the Unbreakable, we cannot use Son Wukong, we must use our own account, and I'm not sure if I've mentioned that we cannot use mythical champions and enemy max HP champions either. Pretty damn crazy. And you can use the test server, you can either clear the stage manually or on auto battle. We cannot use duplicates either. While progressing through the stages, you can make changes to your team only twice, changing the team comp, swapping gear, etc. You can stop the stage mid-fight and start over, or if you fail to complete a stage, you can retry it. But all your attempts will be counted towards the total tally. Once you clear the stage, you are not allowed to retry it in an attempt to achieve a better time. Each attempt will be counted as a failed attempt and added to your total clear time, and that's pretty much it. We gotta submit all of the battles, of course, as usual. And we're gonna try to do our freaking best. Unfortunately, we have nothing to give away. I wish I could give you something away, but we have nothing. So Plarium, that's my in-game ID, just in case if you think that anything dodgy happens in here. So I'm quickly gonna walk you through the team that I'm running. I've made a guide yesterday on stage 30, speed farming it. I showed you a couple of different teams. One is not necessarily a speed farming because it's like a 1 minute run, but considering that some people do some of these stages in 3 minutes or so, 1 minute is still a speed run. So basically stage 15. Now I'm not going to change my team whatsoever. I'm going to run the exact same team. And no, this is not the team you are seeing on the screen. I was just testing a couple of different things. Let me just see where my team is. So this is the team that we are running. I do have a plus for Trunda. Unfortunately, she only has a 4-star blessing. We're going to use Ramantu because he's the most important thing. We're going to run Lydia for defense down and weaken. And funny enough, that defense down is going to be pretty important. Shuzan to boost Trunda. And we have Donnie. Now, the thing is, I will have sometimes to basically make sure that I'm doing a bit of a manual in between the auto, because Shuzan is pretty stupid and she decides to buff Lydia at some point for whatever reason. Now I'm actually interested if I'm going to change something, if that will get fixed. So if I'm gonna drop Lydia from here and drop Shuzan from there, I've just thought about it right now, and if I'm doing it in the following way, will that fix it? Probably not. Now I do have a bit of a preset. Up to a specific stage, we are going to run with the Forge Rhythm skill on Trunda, because that will one-shot the boss. Shuzan will prioritize that. Ramantu will prioritize the A3. Lydia will prioritize, of course, this. In some cases, it's good for her to use the A3. Donnie will open with the second skill because he's the slowest in the team. I mean, Trunda is the slowest, but the thing is, Shuzan will boost Trunda. So we're going to start with stage 15, and we're going to make all our way to the highest possible stage. I will show you the builds and everything else at the end, just in case if you are curious, of course. Relics and everything else that we have on the champions. Now, there is a lot of RNG with this boss. If we get resisted, if the fear procs, it can mess us up. But let's start climbing slowly. So, Ramantu, defense down and weaken. Trunda, bang, one-shot the boss. Now, this will work up to a specific stage. Then we're going to have to make some small adjustments. So, going on to stage 16, should be more or less be the same thing. Bang, Trunda, bang, the boss is down. Now, one thing that I haven't tried, and it could potentially save me some time throughout all of these runs, is to put on Trunda Soul Rip. That could potentially enable me to kill the boss faster, right? But it's only a 4-star, and unfortunately, it is what it is, right? I'm very curious to see how many stages we can actually defeat. So the boss is down here as well. I can beat stage 30 with this team, don't worry. And actually pretty damn fast, in case if you were curious. So I'm not really curious how many stages I can defeat. I was just trying to make you be a bit more intrigued, right? This is actually a pretty good team. It can get the job done. It's not necessarily having the highest win rate on stage 30, but it can defeat it. I wouldn't use it to farm stage 30 though, unless you would have a 6-star crushing rand on Trunda. Then I would. Then I would definitely do it. So that's stage 19. Considering that we cannot use Son Wukong, which overall is much better because of the surplus damage, we're going to have to basically run it in the following way. I'm still pretty curious at what stage we're not going to be able to basically drop down that boss with Trunda's A3 skill. Right here, a lot of things can go wrong as well. If we do not land the block passive on Mighty Uko, that can cause us issues because it could potentially steal our important buffs. And we are getting to a point where Trunda is not one-shotting the boss only with one hit. So the second hit becomes more important. So let's see what we can do on this stage. Okay. We got the weaken. Don't mess me up. Don't get resisted. And there we are. We are actually at a point where we are not able to get the boss done with the A3 skill. Now, maybe we just had bad luck, and maybe Helm Smasher did not proc on Trunda or something like that. We're going to see that in a minute, if we're going to be able to get past this ring of death. Hello? Double hello? Triple hello? What the heck is happening, game? Come on. Just sell this trash piece and let me move on to the next one. Thank you. Stage 22. Now, from here, I will keep an eye on auto manual just in case if I need to use the skill from Shuzan on Trunda. So, Lady Kimi. Okay, so we're gonna... actually, I'm gonna let that happen. I'm gonna let that happen, and right now I want to make this, and I'm gonna let it play. So basically, the whole idea is that Shuzan will attempt to use that skill on Lydia for whatever reason. I still don't get it. I haven't tried to see now if I swap the positioning, if that would still be a thing though. So 50% of the HP dropped, strip the buffs, defense down weaken, the boss deals the damage, whatever. Let's see what's Shuzan doing. Boosting Ramantu now, okay. You see? That's a very, very weird thing that's happening. I can't really explain it why, but it's happening. So I will have to basically pay a bit of attention to this whole thing and do a bit of manual. Don't know why I remember that I've seen a stage with Krisk. I don't know where that is, but it seems like it's gone. Maybe it was at the very beginning and I've missed the whole part. Okay, so once we get a Shuzan, okay. Okay, the fear proc is not much that we can do about that. Okay. If we wouldn't have had that strengthen on the boss, it would have been a GG's, but hey, it is what it is. This was a bit of a bad RNG, 29 seconds. It should be done much, much faster. Now, I'm quickly going to check what is the next stage. So that is the one with Krisk right here. So I have a feeling that I kind of need to swap what I'm doing. So basically, what I mean with that is swap the AI on Trunda. So basically, do this as the main priority. So we got to remove that. We want her to open with a second skill here to do more damage on the lower stages, because she was almost able to one-shot the boss. That wasn't really an issue. I knew there was a stage with Krisk somewhere, but I just couldn't remember where. Okay, so block passives, defense down and weaken. We got them down. You see, not a huge amount of damage on the boss, unfortunately. So I'm going to quickly make sure that this goes to Trunda. Beautiful. Almost done. You see, a Soul Reap right there would have been perfect. But at least Brimstone got the job done. So we have 18 seconds. And still the same team by the looks of it. Now, that A2 on Trunda should be doing more damage. But it's all about the Ham Smasher proccing and not proccing, basically. So if it doesn't proc, we're just not going to be able to get the job done as we should. No, I actually switched the freaking auto off, man. Come on, game. Stop messing me up like this, man. Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so this, again, Shuzan messing me up with that skill, man. This would have been done so much faster, but hey, I cannot retry it. So, okay, that's where things become more serious, because we have a completely different team, and we want to make sure we're not getting resisted on anybody. Okay, that's done. Okay, the boss does deal a lot of extra damage in here, which is pretty damn dangerous. So we're going to do that. Okay. I will walk you through masteries and everything, because that's very, very important. I actually had to make a lot of adjustments to basically tune this team to work. If not, I would have had issues with it. So 26 seconds is actually the fastest time I've got on stage 32. It happened in the exact same way as it happened here. But I'm very curious to see if we're going to manage to get that sorted. Hopefully, we will. So, block passives on everybody. Nobody got resisted. Still not a lot of damage on the boss, unfortunately. So, let's see. Where are we? We're going to do that. Shuzan, come on. Okay, so we got Fear right there, which messed us up. The boss has the increased speed, which is fine. Trunda. Okay, good damage. Good damage. Trunda did not die. That's very, very good. And we should be able to take the boss down now, but we had a bit of a bad RNG. And that is stage 29, 34 seconds. We're going to get rid of the 5-star gear and move on to the final stage. Don't mess me up, RNG. Do not mess me up. Okay, no fear proc and all of the crazy things. Okay, better damage on the boss right now. We got feared, which can be really, really annoying, especially on that Shuzan. We do have the strengthen on the boss. Trunda, don't proc the fear. Beautiful. The boss is going to deal a lot of freaking damage. No more strengthen on the boss. We have some debuffs. Unfortunately, we haven't managed to get the 26 seconds, though. But we managed to get 27 seconds on stage 30 with Trunda absolutely freaking demolishing the event dungeons. And this is actually a pretty nice helmet. I wish it would have been speed instead of the HP percentage, but I'm definitely going to keep this piece 100%. So that's my challenge, Plarium, for the event dungeon for Mr. Shredder. I feel like Trunda absolutely wiped the floor with him. Donnie absolutely massive in here. And before I'm going to show you the builds, I just quickly gotta answer the doorbell. Right, I got my coffee because I ran out of coffee at home. So now I'm ready to show you the builds, guys. I'm going to explain you everything related to Trunda first. So I have more or less the same build you've seen on the previous video. Merciless, Zeal set. And we have the Cat's Gaze on her, the one that I have at level 15. Gemstones, I have basically this one that deals more damage versus dungeon battles. And we have this epic one. Unfortunately, I did not have two of the epic ones. It would have been much, much better. What is very important on Trunda are the masteries, okay? So in terms of masteries, I need Life Drinker. Without Life Drinker, she's going to die in some cases. Now, maybe I'm going to have good RNG on a run and the boss won't one-shot her. But if I do not get to heal back, she's definitely going to die on the second hit, okay? So that's why it's very important to have the Life Drinker. And as you guys can probably notice, I completely skipped Heart of Glory, which will allow her to do a bit of more damage at the beginning. But that's fine. She still got the job done with these masteries. I'm actually going to put my big hat straight on the middle so you can see masteries and you can see builds and everything. Total stats on her, pretty damn nasty. 10.5k attack, 435 crit damage. Oh my lord. You filthy degenerate Kraken with a +4 Trunda and those disgusting stats. But she got the job done. That's basically what matters the most. We managed to defeat the boss. I'm not sure if I'm going to win the first place with this team or I'm not. Hopefully, I will though. If we are talking about Lydia, so she is on a 9-piece feral set, guys. Basically, these are her total stats. I need her to be faster than Shuzan. I need Shuzan to be faster than 350 speed, assuming that this boss is still at around 350 speed, which I'm not really sure, to be honest. But either way, 355 speed on her, 560 accuracy, to reduce that chance to get resisted. In terms of relics, you want to have the golden elixir on her. And bosses deal 5% less damage. Very, very important because the boss can kill some of your champions. And you want to avoid that. We have Brimstone on her. Brimstone is huge versus this boss. And these are her masteries. Then we have Shuzan. These are the masteries on Shuzan. They don't really matter that much. We have her on a 9-piece protection set, 351 speed. I don't care about accuracy. I don't care about none of those things on her. It's just the speed and some survivability. Relics, golden elixir. Bosses deal 5% less damage. Once again, very, very important. And intimidating presence will boost Trunda's aura even more, so she will get even crazier attack. You've seen the masteries, then Ramantu. Ramantu has more or less the same build like in the previous video, except I changed some of his pieces to get more survivability. So we have HP, and I have HP on the banner, just to make sure he's gonna survive, because he was always dying when the boss was doing the first attack, and that was a problem, because I need him to strip the buffs from the boss. So we have 64k HP, 3.7k defense, 375 speed. He needs to be the fastest in the team to make sure no champions can cause you issues with their passives whatsoever. 600 accuracy, more than enough. Golden elixir on him as well. And these are the PvP masteries on him. And then, moving on to the final piece of the puzzle, we have Donatello. Because we do need to use a turtle in. And of course, the best way to do it is on a shield set to make sure we're soaking some of that freaking damage that the boss deals, because he does hit very, very, very hard. So we have a bolster set, a speed set. Total stats, we have the following. 118k HP, we have 3k defense, 300 speed, and I have no accuracy resistance or anything of that nonsense because it does not matter. I have a Volcardiac Heart relic on him to basically give me some extra shield. It's not really for the reflect damage, it's just mainly to get that extra shield. And then we have a Soul Rip, a 1-star blessing. It never turned out to be helpful. Apologies. So I could have used any other blessing. The main reason why I thought maybe, just maybe, it's going to happen that the boss is going to be left on low HP. And he's going to be able to take the boss down with the Soul Rip. But it never really procced on him. If it would have been a 6-star, it would have been perfect. But unfortunately, it's not. And the thing is, he only attacks with that skill, if I'm not mistaken, right? Actually, the A2 as well. So basically, any of these two skills would have procced the passive. But the main thing why he's in the team over another turtle is the fact that he can decrease the cooldowns of skills. He can keep one of your allies alive, which is absolutely massive with a passive. He has the cleanse, he has the strengthen, the continuous heal, the third meter, and healing on the A1. Okay, basically that's why I used him. What I'm very curious to see if other content creators have Leonardo, if they managed to pull a better team than I did with Trunda. Out of all of the damage dealers that I do have available on my account, taking in consideration all of the conditions that we have, no mythical champions, no enemy max HP champions, no Sun Wukong, the best option that I've seen available is definitely Trunda. Now, there is a team out there with Marichka and Taras that enables Taras to two-shot the boss, but unfortunately, we cannot use Marichka, which makes Taras pretty damn irrelevant because he's not going to counterattack. Now, potentially, we might be able to pull off a crazy team with Taras as well, that more or less will get the same timing with Trunda. Similar, right? But that means I would have to change the blessing on him as well, probably change the build, and I really wanted to see if Trunda can get the job done. No Marius allowed, no Newts allowed, or anything like that. That being said, guys, that was everything for this video. Hopefully you found it rather than saying helpful, entertaining, because yes, that Trunda is pretty damn disgusting, but this was done for a challenge, and at the end of the day, I'm trying to win the freaking challenge. I wish Plarium would have given us something to give you guys away, but unfortunately, it seems like there is nothing this time around. Hopefully, they're gonna double it next time. Much love, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.